went out in acceleration either. But it is going to be the choice for racers who want to focus more on having a stable race and using their pickups.
We are gonna go racing soon.
Hopping straight in.
1 second, I will be starting the overlay stuff.
Okay.
Okay, it should be working now. And as we see, Jeromu seems to be ahead for the time being followed by TomDom. What car is TomDom on now? It's a Nesbit, so that seems to be a fairly unique choice here. I don't know if anyone else picked
Yeah,
that car.
easy only Nesbit.
And I don't think I've seen it in Division 1 either, so... But he is in the lead, and with the battery, but will be flying away from the rocket of Inigo.
Got 2 batteries pop.
Yeah, and Jeromu will be following him and shooting him with balloons. I'm not sure he hit. I think Inigo just made a mistake by himself. But it is Jeromu leading Zyno and TomDom now. Zyno also on another car. That is Albatros GSD, which is the popular choice alongside Cole Moss. And Zyno is being targeted by Kubaizush. But it's a bit far, and there's 2 oils on the main straightaway. They're hitting lap 3, and Kubaizush's rockets are hitting William. William managing to go on. Zayn and William both trying to avoid the oil, and they managed to do so.
Yeah, William is going to be positioned in 4th place. He is in that Albatross GT, so probably not going to be able to catch Zyno, who's also in 1. But he's got the rockets. And
Zyno falling like a lot of places. Not a lot of places, but losing a lot of time still. Only falling back 1 spot and now 2, because he is now in the middle of chaos. He does have a shockwave though, and he'll be capitalizing on it. Can he still get William? It's the last lap, but it's still 30 seconds to go. And there's some trickier sections of the track. Also, there's some pickups to be picked up. William rolls over.
oh.
That seems like Zyno will be able to take that position back, but Roddick is not far behind.
Yeah, rockets going off in the distance. Inigo quite close, but Roddick's going to pop the battery. Zyno trying to block the extra shockwaves. Roddick does finish out in 4th. Maddie actually getting 6th, passing up William. And that updraft driven by Tova in 8th, followed by Kabaijish and Olmo. So there we see our first track finished. Had a whole lot of Albatross GTs. They did manage to get 3rd place and 4th place. But our Nesbit, our sole Nesbit out in 1st, and TomDom, Jeromu 2nd in the Colonel Moss.
Yeah, definitely an interesting start, and TomDom with the choice. I'm gonna have to check now if we've seen that in Division 1.
I wanted to say that we saw one, but now that I think about it, I actually don't think that we did. I think we saw an updraft, we saw a sunset light.
No, there were 0
Yeah.
Nesbits according to the session log. So
I believe
TomDom with that choice, unexpected, but seems like it's working for him.
We'll see what he manages to do with it on Toy World EX. He's not getting a great start. Nesbit with that lower acceleration, very nice top speed though. Oil comes out, he dodges. A whole bunch of people having issue on the upward slope, and that's going to be a compounding issue because gonna be tough for them to regain that ground. A couple more people losing speed as they reach the ramps, and it's TomDom, Jeromu, and Zyno in the turns, followed by Maddie as well.
Yeah, Zyno with the lead now, but TomDom gaining 2nd, Matty still maintaining 3rd after a bit of position losses. And TomDom going for a pickup now, and riding the wall there actually. I thought he was making a mistake. I still don't think it was fully intentional. Roddick with the rocket now, but making a mistake and will be shooting Matty with that. Jeromu battering
Whew.
fast. Battering is now a verb, yes. So he'll be battering past some of those players. And he's now up to third and second as TomDom is scored by him. But TomDom has a rocket, as the target tells. And TomDom, I thought he was gonna jump on the wall there. I got scared a bit. And Roddick on the
Ooh.
inside, blowing up, I think.
Yeah,
But
it
I
looked like
didn't
a
see the fake.
fake. I caught a glimpse of it there. Tom Dom on the inside. But, okay, it's going to work out for him. He's sitting in third, trying to chase down Jeromu. Going to cycle. His rocket's not going to connect. Roddick nearby.
Yeah, that was probably not an intentional untimed rocket. Only timed for the pickup. TomDom hitting the ball there. And will be getting set by William. Shooting his shockwave now, but that won't give him back the time he's lost. And Roddick and William
Ooh.
doubles up ahead. TomDom can go past. It seems like he didn't get zapped there, but he's now gonna get zapped again. And Jeromu is now in second, but Zyno with a decent lead. It's not something that is safe. That it's not a guaranteed win. Also, the top two are quite far away by now.
They really are. Jeromu actually with the best lap currently overall. As we head into the final lap already for some of these racers. William and Roddick fighting for third.
Yeah, that's where the more intense fight seems to be happening at the moment. And it's William leading it in front of Roddick and TomDom. TomDom, who we've seen get screwed over by some of those pickups, but now he'll be shooting some amazing water balloons, and that puts Roddick out of the way. He's behind William now. Can he catch a podium here still?
Has the
Only
potential. Has
Only
the
half will have to go.
Yeah.
But quite a few pickups as he now picks up on.
And Jeromu taking those U-turns pretty slowly. William is going to have a nice little advantage on the Albatross in those turns. But still 30 meters. It's going to be more worried about Tom Dom.
Yeah, depends on the kind of weapons he got there. It seems like he's saving it up. Is it a battery and is he gonna be using it here? Yes, it is.
Does pop it. It's
But,
no good. No
runs
good.
into the wall.
Roddick and Olmo fighting for 6th. Does Olmo have anything? Doesn't seem to. And blows up. Is going to recover. And that poor updraft finishing out in 8th. Kabaijish and Inigo going to be the unfortunate 9th and 10th on this race. And that's going to conclude rookies. So we will be headed on to amateurs at this point. Let's see. Do I have everything ready for this? Looking good.
Oh, I thought I was frozen.
Let me. Oh, snap.
Okay, no, it is working.
Okay, alright.
For once, I am not frozen.
So right now I'm pulling up the car list for the amateurs. It's going to be Toys in the Hood 2 as well as images of Giza Redux Reverse. The cars are LA54, RC Sand, Bumblebee, Kaiaris, EDM, and Harmer. So I personally expect RC Sand picks, but I don't think that they're going to be super strong for these Division 3 racers who might not be fully ready for them. We do see a lot of LA54s coming out, which is much more the car that I expect. Definitely more stable, comfortable drive than the RC Sand. We see Jeromu, who is the favorite in Division 3 currently. Needs to hold on to it. Is getting challenged by a couple people, if I remember correctly. We can pull up the exact standings in a moment. But yeah, he is currently holding on, and he's been picking the same cars that the Division 1 racers picked.
We'll see how he does. It didn't work out quite well, although he did get second, I believe, on the second race. I do wonder how the points are standing. There is one small issue, is that I restarted the game, but I think it could be solved.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
we are rolling on a Toys in the 2. It's 3 R-Systems in the lead. Lots of R-Systems in the field, as can be seen now. And Jeromo will be sliding out in the back, the person you were talking about. Although Kubaizu, she will be taking the last position with that crash. In the front, the Tom Dom, again with a strong first performance out of the 2 races on this class. Remember, he had a quite good race in the first rookie race, and the second one was still good. Not as good as the first one, though.
Yeah, and Tom Dom is fighting for a promotion spot into Division 2. He's currently in 5th place, but he's nearby in points to both Riles and William Adama. So he's definitely going to be cherishing each victory here, trying to maximize his point gains because he's got a lot on the line. And he is living up to the hype currently. Got a nice zap lead, 20 meters out ahead of Inigo, who was the only survivor in that first lap mayhem. And that's what we've been locked onto so far. Zyno in the Edium, actually. I didn't expect to see this car at all. It used to be a rookie car.
Messing up at the bridge,
Ooh.
and then Inigo as well in the meantime. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Zyno is getting closer as well, though, on the Lithium. It was used a lot when it was in rookie class.
Exactly.
It was decided that it was way too strong for that.
Right, understandably.
Interesting to see it being used in amateurs. Obviously, it's a bit different parameters now, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Zyno were riding there, but the wall kinda hangs in to the... Oh, and he now runs straight into the take.
His car is so understeery, he cannot afford to try to do fancy things like driving around that. Understeery. And Jeromu's going to blow up right here, so this will give Zyno a chance to pass, but Zyno seems to have got caught up.
In fact, Olmo will pass both of them.
Yeah, and we see the garden jumps coming in. The front two both made it quite well. Jeromu trying to zap, not going to catch. He is going to hit Zyno, and that's a nice little gap for him. It is going to be quite far behind Olmo at this point, though. And it has been Tom Dom driving essentially a perfect race up to this point. 4 laps. It does look like our overlay might be frozen.
It's working again.
Okay.
So... Oh, Olmo and Inigo fighting for second now. And
Is that
less than 10 meters, Inigo messing up with the grass section, not giving enough gas, maybe that?
He's
spinning out for sure, and it's Jeromo going by as well.
Ooh.
Almost crashing at the bridge section. Jeromo could take this second spot, and he's there. He will be taking it.
Yeah. So what happened there for Inigo, I feel like, as there's a chase going on for 7th on Maddie. Let's see, William barely makes it up and over. Maddie's going to be jumping. Kabaijish takes the jump on the bridge, and he succeeds. He even causes Maddie to hit a fake. Maddie popping the bomb. By bomb, I mean battery. Not going to be able to pass up Kabaijish.
He's the bomb, though.
He is the bomb. There we go. Yeah. Now, do we have our scores ready? No. Okay, no problem. So we are headed to our next track, which is going to be Images of Giza Redux Reverse. And I don't know about you, but I personally am a little bit worried for the RC Sand drivers. Just to recap kind of what happened to Inigo. He got caught in the grass trying to slow down to not hit Olmo, who had the zap up, and then he spun out because of it. So I think that's a good example of what might happen on Images of Giza. There's no like grass surfaces, but just the way they have to take these jumps and turns. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna be able to handle it on the RC Sand?
I mean, G-Force was on the RC Sand, and he won the race.
I know
in
G-Force
Division 1.
was, yeah. It's a bit
So
different for these Division 3 racers, although there are definitely some people who can compete with G-Force. He is a bit on a different level mechanically sometimes, just with the consistency that he can bring it.
yeah, that is true. I shouldn't be comparing them to GeForce, but GeForce is also against other Division 1 players. So it's more of a fair comparison because the other players there were also sometimes people like that.
Definitely. All right, and Tova and the Bumblebee been picking some strange cars. They're not necessarily strange, just a bit off meta as they head into the split turns to start us off. And
I'm
already,
pretty sure Bumblebee used to be fairly popular. I'm
yeah,
not sure what the case is at this point.
one person drove it in Division 1, I do believe. Staying all right. It's definitely got. Ooh, well, it does get turned around. LA 54.
I do remember there being a Bumblebee in Division 1, but not much more than that. So let me check if the car usage of that car. So if we look at amateurs, the most used cars are, well, Avilvision is among the most used, but it is in advance here. Bumblebee is in the second half of the grid, I'd say. So it's not that popular of a car which Tova is using.
Okay.
But in the meantime, William is leading Inigo and TomTom. The RC sons have definitely found their way around here.
Yeah, an interesting point about the RC Sand is it's actually listed as not an amateur car, but a class above an advanced car on IO. So it's definitely living up to its suggested class on IO because it is dominating. Of course, does have much higher skill ceiling than a car than some of the other cars, like LA 54 perhaps. But the LA 54 surprisingly has not been able to compete here, and they're all sticking the landing. They all three single file line, no passing yet, but we are headed into the final lap, so we could see a switch up. Inigo turned around, and that's a pass for the moment. Zyno also trying to pass up Tova in the meantime.
And TomTom passing William for the lead. Inigo with the zap, so William will be losing another spot there. And TomTom could be gaining his third win in just the fourth race. GeForce and TomTom, the South Americans, seem to be fairly dominant.
That's
but
right.
It's only the fourth race here, so I don't wanna be jinxing it. Inigo will be finishing second.
Yeah, very true.
And William coming in third. Zyno fifth. Tova in front of him in fourth. Jerome only down in seventh, which is interesting to see. He's still doing decent overall, I think, but I mean that's still not his best performance yet for sure. I think we might be able to check on the points now.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on, no. I need to do one more thing.
So we are going to be headed to our next class, which is going to be advanced. We got Quake and Holiday Camp California Edition. The cars are going to be Shocker, Evil Weasel, Aquamarina, DRJ61, Swizz, Cheezer, and Flower Power.
Also, the points should be up.
Okay. Yeah, a nice 18-point lead for TomTom over Jeromu. Zyno in third place with 65 points. William in fourth with 53, almost tied with Inigo at 52.
Yeah, TomTom definitely has a strong lead. That last race also contributed to that. Of course, one bad performance can completely change this. Because a win by Jeromu would gain him like more than 15 points, I think.
Right.
If TomTom performs badly.
Yeah. But TomTom is going to be in the DRJ, which is the same car that G-Force drove. So far, I do believe he actually. I don't believe G-Force drove the Nesbit, but he did drive a Strange Rookie. So, is the only DRJ on the field as far as I can tell. Nope, Inigo driving as well. Nice oil. Going to affect a number of the players. William Adama and that Swizz Cheeser.
Tova completely falling off and falling all the way to the back with that.
That Swizz
He was
cheese.
running in the on the podium, I think. So
yeah,
it's a big loss for him. What was G driving?
Well, TomTom has been hit exiting the office room, and now he's recovered. Full recovery thanks to some pickups. Swizz Cheeser spinning out there.
Yeah, spinning in the very hard turn
Yeah.
between two very elevation changing areas. And it seems like that's gonna be pushing TomTom's lead even further. Inigo is now more than 50 meters behind. It seems like TomTom made some mistake here because I don't think the sections change is the gap that much. Although it does seem to go back to 60, but Olma and Inigo were fighting. I'm not sure.
No,
But the point is that he does have a 50-meter gap, and that's still not a full crossroad. So that's something to be aware of, but he is comfortable enough. And Olmo is getting shot from second, so that's gonna help TomTom even further.
yeah, Almo gonna be getting hit very, 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 very hard. Jeromu sitting in a nice podium, cycling. 2 DRJs out in the lead. Drops down oil, and Jeromu seems to double up on the oil, making a full strip. Even 3 oils. Zyno with a nice wall bump, but just gonna barely miss the door. All things considered, doing quite well for himself though.
TomTom completely cleanly survived the crossroad section, the U-turn section, or whatever we want to call it. It's definitely a crossroad, so
Yeah.
I think we can call it that. But the point is, he's now 90 meters ahead, so he'll be meeting maybe Jeromu there.
Very true, and it is a 3-way battle for 4th. Zyno, Almo, William, and Maddie gonna join in with the battery, although Maddie then wrecks, so it is gonna continue. Swizz
William
Cheeser.
gets zapped by Zyno. Zyno also on the DRJ,
Yeah,
which
3
seems
of
to
them.
be a strong choice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't think, I'm not sure why more people didn't pick it, because it's very stable for pickup races, and I thought it would be a good choice, but
Well,
it seems like other players think otherwise, and I mean, it might be fair.
it would have been my choice. It's my go-to car in the class. But Inigo has made some mistakes. He's now 200 meters behind TomTom at this point. And double zap is going to save Inigo's life for the moment.
They zapped each other right on the crossroad.
It's gonna be affecting everybody, yeah. Ooh.
Jeromu with the oil now, that could be dangerous, but he'll be getting a pickup now, which will be the important part. Can he hit Inigo with that? Oh, it's a battery. He will be getting closer. Interesting pass to take, but it's going well for him. Inigo has a rocket, and that's gonna hit Jeromu. What does Jeromu have now? He definitely got a pickup. It's a zap. It's too late for that.
Yeah. The patience.
And behind them, Zyno will be taking it as well, but William gets crushed by it.
Tova in the Flower Power managing to do better than Nick did in Division 1, but it's not saying a whole lot. Shout out to Nick. But yeah, that 3-way battle continued on for a while, and it split off. Inigo and Jeromu battling it out, and the patience by Inigo there, just waiting to shoot that rocket until Jeromu had to brake for those distinction turns. And this is one of the map pairs that are a bit disjointed. Quake versus Holiday Camp California Edition. I'd say 2 different cars would be holding the best lap. In theory, like if you were to race on these 6 different cars, a different car would get the best lap for Quake than it would for Holiday Camp. By far.
Might be true. We'll see. GeForce. This was one of the first races she didn't win in Division 1, and he was using the Archie. And top speed matters more. Bomb stability, which is different kind of stability than pickup stability. Let's just say that.
True.
Will also.
Very true. And another interesting point is that, again, in this division, the Evil Weasel has been brought out in full force, basically. It is technically a class below, according to IO. It's technically an amateur car, not an advanced car. But Division 1 and Division 3, both seeing a large number of them, and they're doing pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, I think Jeromu likes to pick stock cars, and he's been picking them so far. And I think that's fairly consistent if you look at previous events as well. In car game, he was picking a lot all stock cars as well. Jerome and Olmo are in the lead with the 2 Evil Weasels this time, and a lot of speedy sections here, so they'll be able to maintain it for now, although going around that rock is actually a bit slower. I'm not sure why they did that, and now Dom managed to catch up. Oh, and he's in the lead, but then he gets crashed. Was it the fake? But he was ahead, it looked like.
I know, but it still seems like he hit it. Flower Power getting pushed out of the way, and it doesn't look like it was able to recover. But yeah, Evil Weasel with the great top speed, so he's going to take advantage of those top speed portions. This is not really one of them, though. Very windy, difficult to traverse section of the track. TomDom proving unable to do so far. We had our eyes, yeah.
And his special source of difficulty is blowing up, as shown by Jeromu there. But he's now taking back the lead. I think Evil Weasel might be better in this section. And he will be pulling away unless Inigo pulls something out of his sleeves. Although I'm not 100% sure how their top speeds are.
I do believe the Evil Weasel's faster.
It does seem like Jeromu is gaining a bit at the moment. William with the battery though, running into the oil. That's a high speed spin. Kubai's getting shot behind them. Someone else, Rodic, running into the oil on the Weasel.
Yeah.
And ahead of them is Olmo.
Rodic
with
better.
battery now, yeah. Will he be going the long way down with the battery? It might be a better idea.
Makes sense. Does swerve around, gets right under that bowling ball as well. And William is being challenged for first place. Or maybe Jeromu wrecked it. Now William is in first. But either way, battle for first is on. Battle for third is on as well.
Yeah, I think Jeromu had to wreck somewhere. Oh, William going wide here and getting zapped. That's unfortunate for him. So
yeah.
But he shoots Inigo, so it's back in third at least. Jeromu, did he slow down with the zap, or did he crash and then the zap came in handy? Almost entering that toilet. Needing a break here. And it will be Jeromu going first on to the exit of the sewers.
Very close battle.
There's a long straight to go. A battery could still bring Inigo closer. Nothing else. And Rodic pushing William into that wall. William slowing down and not being able to push the
no.
I think we can call that the worst play of the day because he's now down in 8.
That was, oh man, that was rough to see. We'll see how the top speed manages to do. I do not believe the Aquamarina is going to be able to catch. Shoots water balloons don't connect. Barely crossed the finish line. Huh. Some quick races today. We can get the scores for now. I'll go ahead and read off our map and track. Our map and car pool.
Should be updated.
All right. Yeah.
Refresh it.
You got it.
So TomDom still with a 14-point lead. It's not that dominant. 14 points is not easy to overcome, but it can be done.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to understate how important the MotoGP scoring system is. Again, if you're new, 25 points for first, 20 for second, 16 for third, and so on. So you can see big point gaps and big point totals. So if you're the first place racer and then you come in last in one of these races, you can get ran up on quite quickly. But we are headed to our next sections of tracks here. We've got Titanic 2, Reverse, as well as Casino RV, both relatively top speed oriented tracks, lots of straight shots in them, more so Titanic than our Casino RV. Yes, we're ready. And the cars are going to be Zipper, JG7, Dragoon, Rotham's Racing, Acclaim, GT, Dual Signal.
Yeah, Casino is more oriented towards chaos, I think.
Yeah, agree with that.
And Jerome with a good start on the Zipper. Zipper has a decent top speed. Kubaiser with the Dragoon in second.
Yeah, and we saw G-Force do excellent with the Dragoon.
Yeah, Dragoon seems to be a decent car for this, and it seems to have a decent top speed. I think it was bigger than Zipper's actually, so he will be catching Jeromo in these longer sections. But at Rock it doesn't quite hit, and Tova with the Dragoon as well. He'll be getting some bad luck here though, and bad recovery on top of that. I mean, that's included in the bad luck here. Jeromo laying an oil icing.
The star.
People not going for the star.
Nobody.
Really, I'm taking it ultimately, I think.
No.
Was it a big
No, nobody took it. Yeah, huge fight in the captain's quarters.
It's sorry.
You go ahead.
No.
Okay. Almo, wait, I don't know where Almo just went. Almo is having a moment right now. Zyno gets turned around in the oil. Kabai's in that Dragoon, as we talked about, now sitting in third, not second. Did get passed up by Roddick. We'll see if Roddick's able to hold on to it. Jeromo with a dominant performance and a big battle.
Is an interesting choice. It's a relatively easy car to drive. Where is Tom Dom flying?
No idea where he just went. We're gonna have to check with the referees at the end of this one. But
it was probably a fake on his screen there, which someone else took out. Regardless, it will be Kubaiser's taking the start. Jeromo with a 100-meter lead though, so I don't think that's gonna provide a good basis for a comeback.
It is gonna get him over. Yeah, it is gonna get him over Roddick though. That'll be pretty helpful.
He was ahead of Roddick before taking the start though,
so interesting. Like okay, interesting decision.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the reverse shockwave coming out, gonna hit Tova and Zyno. Zyno getting the better in the deal though. Dassid weave misses the weave on those missiles. Shockwave in a straight, and they're both gonna recover. Tova not able to. William skirting on by. Water balloons.
Zyno with a big battery, but
what a hit
shot by William, and then by Tova with a shockwave.
Battle for fourth is on.
I was saying JJ7 was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy to drive, but also it doesn't have a huge top speed, which is not a great property for Titanic 2.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a great top speed.
No. It does not. And there's
I think it has a slower one than Adion, and Adion is slower than Zipper, so JJ7 is the worst of them.
Oil into the captain quarters. Tom Dom catching two. Tova has escaped back into fourth place. Seems to have dropped a bit. Oil. Tom Dom tries to dodge. Zaps. William.
I mean, he did dodge the oil at least, but he kind of crashed and zapped someone else.
Having some more oil troubles.
Ahead of him.
Yep.
The top four, in fact, top five is quite a bit spread out, but behind fifth position, Zyno, Tom Dom, Matty, and Matty with a shockwave,
amazing.
And now he is in fifth.
Yeah. Outstanding shockwave by Matty.
Jeromo just seems uncatchable. He will be finishing the race now.
William is being challenged very hard.
And TomDom seemed ahead for a second, but he ran really wide. I wonder if there was a bit of push. Matty getting shot and surviving it, but then not surviving the turn. TomDom overtaking William after William gets shot by Rocket.
Where is William going?
Dino overtaking.
Where is William?
Matty, Olmo, and Inigo overtaking William. Everyone overtaking William at the end.
Where's William going? Where's William? I don't know. I don't know what just happened right there. So anyways, we are gonna be chilling after that one. Jeromu with the nice first place finish, big gaps, first, second, third, and fourth. Lots of time lost between those, and I do believe they're all in different cars as well. No, where are the zippers? That's my question. Yes, we are ready. We can check the scores real quick. TomDom, 1 point out in the lead over Jeromu, the people's favorite. We could say Twitch chat, some fans in Twitch chat's favorite, is going to be TomDom, and he is currently 1 point in the lead.
But only by a point.
Very true.
So... Anyway, if Jeromu beats TomDom here, he'll be taking the lead, and it's really close. We're almost halfway through these races.
Oh, Jeromu
that's
in
the
the
crash
zipper.
between William and Sino. In fact, we are halfway through, more than halfway through, because this is semi-pro already.
Yeah.
So Jeromu in the lead now, TomDom behind. There's the two people fighting for the top spot of the event. The JJ7 could pay off more here, I think. But Jeromu is going strong so far. TomDom going for the boost, Jeromu isn't, and Jeromu zapping him.
Ooh.
But the rocket will be shot at him. He will be surviving that. I think he did lose a bit of time. TomDom getting spawned by that oil at the roulette.
Gonna be hitting
right
a whole
behind, but
bunch.
landing horribly. And running into that oil and getting shot. Tova falling back 3 places here.
Yeah, William challenging first rather, but look at that speed difference. I'm not exactly sure what is it. He in that acclaimed GT? I do believe he is, and
yeah, that's an acclaimed
it's
GT.
quite a bit slower than the zipper on that straightaway. We'll see if Jeromu's able to hold on to it as we head to the boost section. Now William dodged the boost, and Jeromu will too. They're both gonna play it safe. They can afford to take it risky like that. There's battle for third as well, almost spinning out in the boost. TomDom keeps it stable. That's what I like to see, risk taking.
Yeah, William seems to be closing a bit in these sections.
Oh.
He's with the zap this time, and the rocket will be getting him. That's gonna be a huge loss for him.
Whoa!
Jeromu will
What
be
a
with a
repo!
big lead now. Also,
Painful. Painful to watch repo. He could have just backed up a little bit. Obviously was not expecting repo that traumatic, and either a bomb or a fake is going to hit William, and he falls back into third. Battling for second, Almo, William, TomDom. TomDom.
Roddick is 40 meters behind them. That should be a fairly big enough gap until this happens. William and TomDom both falling behind him. What's going on here? William is having the worst few laps, unluckiest laps of his life. Roddick, no, that was Dino. And William going onto that the side of the section and almost jumping off, or maybe even jumping off. Side of it is up now. William losing further spots. William is down to 7th.
Ooh, rough to see Tova in that Dragoon pass him up, and TomDom is actually now in third. He's taking that boost, and it's rewarding him quite greatly. 90 meters away, so we might not see him be able to overtake further positions. But very nice to see Roddick and Zyno battling for fourth as well.
Yeah, so compared to Jeromu, William lost like 250 meters. But he is trying to fight back here. There's also 2 people behind. No, actually he's losing even further places. He is gonna be falling into last. But I can't even comprehend.
Let's go. Come. Tova in fifth is going to outrun Zyno for the moment. Matty
position the other Dragoon chasing Matty, but the shockwave coming from behind. Both survive it somewhat, and Matty will be able to beat Kubaizos. Inigo won't have enough acceleration here.
And poor William, poor Mr. Adama himself in that 10th place spot. Claim GT.
Well, that's unfortunate. Very much so.
On to the next one. We are hauling through these. We've only got 4 tracks left. We got Pro as well as Super Pro on the menu. Biohazard Factory and Shakespeare Library is going to be our 2 Pro tracks. Toyeka, Hama, Cherenkov, Kayakazaka, Banking, and Probe 24. That's the lineup. Biohazard Factory and Shakespeare Library, both tracks that people probably aren't too familiar with. Shakespeare Library more so than Biohazard Factory, as Biohazard Factory is a bit of a classic.
Biohazard Factory is still in the main pack, I believe.
Yeah.
So it is raced fairly often. We'll see.
And we see 2 Probe 24s, which is what I actually thought we would see more of in Division 1. Of course, we see a ton of Toyeka, a classic pick.
The car is stable, but not sure about the recovery, and I think it's a bit understeered as well. Of course, quite a few Toyekas. Jerome with the Hummer pick, which should have been expected. He is a fan of that car over Toyeka, that's for sure. And Tova on the banking.
Yeah.
Tova with the very much unconventional car choices here.
Yeah, banking.
I hope he survives. Is that the very hard car to drive, or am I mixing it up with overlays? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm a banking fan. I'm one of the only ones, and it's all right. Like, it's an all right car. I think it's it's good. I just don't think it takes some expertise to pull it off. And also the Cherenkov being driven by Kubaizos, he's been on quite a few different interesting vehicles. But yeah, Tova with the pole position, we'll see.
William taking the lead immediately in that Probe 24. That car should be able to go consistently. It's an endurance car after all. Inigo following closely. Kubaizos behind them, and Inigo very close to William. They want to be getting their first pickups here. And William will be hitting the pedal, so it won't matter anyway for Inigo, because now he's in the lead by a margin.
Look at Tova in the Band King, driving with absolute vigor on the... yeah, go ahead.
And Inigo didn't go for the cut, so he will be gaining on him too, although William will be behind him. William fired up from the events of the previous race. Inigo making a mistake. The 2 Probe 24s are now behind Tova's banking.
Interesting.
It's a NASCAR car fighting 2 WEC cars.
We will see how it plays out.
This is what you'll see in Le Mans next year. But it is William leading at the moment. Inigo falling back quite a bit. It's now 70 to 80 meters. And doesn't seem to be too many pickups spawning here.
William on the barrels once again as they head on the conveyor belts. Can Tova make it happen? And he somehow does. He's not going to be able to fully stick the landing, but he's quite close to William. He forgets about the shortcut. Maybe gonna lose some further time.
Yeah, it very much looked like he didn't forget. He just remembered it's very late.
Inigo and Jerome fighting for third.
Then too late, which is probably the case, but yeah, fight for third is now way closer. And Jerome has passed Inigo because he was behind. We see Tova as well from their screens, and the shockwave will be hitting Jerome. Tova falling back. He's replaced at the horrible spot. He's replaced at the horrible spot. He's trying to reverse, getting some momentum, and he will be able to make it up. But he lost a lot of time there. That car seems not so great at that recovery. Zyno up to fourth now.
Tough to watch that one unfold.
Jerome with the bomb, William with a 200-meter lead.
William knows his factory. Yeah, I actually have no idea because he has been wrecking on those barrels But he seems to have found some semblance of consistency here on the conveyor belts. Inigo and Jiromu continuing their battle, this time for second. And Inigo, Jiromu getting the better of him for the moment.
Neither of them going for the cut.
No, they're good. They're fine. Oil.
Zyno not going for it either. Tova remembering it late, it seems this time actually. I'm not quite sure still, but maybe the car's just behaving interestingly in his bombs.
Yeah.
But he is close to Zyno, and ahead of them, it seems like Jeromu will be beating Inigo. There's a few seconds left for them. Zyno falling into the
Tova!
biohazard.
Also falling.
Radioactive fluid. And Tova at the same spot. He is able to repo now. But will Tomdom be able to catch him on the Toyeka?
Yeah, rough race for TomDom here in the Toyeka. The most conventional pick that he's had the entire time. He
won't be able to catch Tova either.
Yeah. Huh. So that is probably going to result in Jiromu having a lead at this point. Goodbye, Justin Cherenkov. Finishing us
I
out.
think Jiromu was already leading after Casino.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
It's now a 17-point lead, I believe.
Ooh. Yeah. The gaps are forming and the time is running out. 3 tracks remaining. The next is going to be Shakespeare Library, and we'll see how they're able to do on this one. There's definitely going to be some people who have never seen this track before who are watching this race. And I personally really like the track. Like, I think it looks, I mean, it's quite entertaining to watch from a spectator's perspective.
What do you like the track?
Yeah, Shakespeare's Library. So windy. It really tests the driver's track knowledge and it puts them to the test. So we're going to be headed to that one shortly. Some people asking if it's even in the pack. Some people saying they hate this track. But another point is the people who did well on Pro 24, it's not guaranteed that they're going to do well on Shakespeare Library with the Pro 24.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, some drivers who know that knowing this track is a huge advantage compared to the previous one, I think. Because the previous one was still fairly well known, but for this one, practicing means that other people might not know the track at all. They might have given up after a few laps, because like, it is hard, to be fair.
It is.
Zyno and TomDom on the front row. TomDom trying to take the lead, but Zyno will be very aggressive and pushes TomDom into the turn. But that lead didn't last long because Zyno crashed to the inside. TomDom is now ahead. Tova second with the banking.
Our
Tova
king.
and William again ahead. They both crashed on the two sides of the wall.
Tova!
William with the zap. So it's now Tova, Olmo, William. Is that the Polish top 3 at the moment?
It certainly might be Tova having issues with the landing of all things. It looked like a straight shot. He's going to pop the zap as the mistakes continue to come out.
Oh no, Olmo and William having issues ahead of him. So now Tova's back in the lead and he's at both of them.
Ooh.
TomDom now overtaking William and Jeromu taking the lead. Yeah, Jeromu on the Hammer taking the lead. It's, if you know this track or if you don't know it that well, I think Hammer can still be a decent choice. It won't be Toyeka when it comes to the best players, I think.
Well,
but on a car, if you don't know the track that well, Hammer might be better.
Yeah, and Jiromu has actually been making a litany of mistakes and also is about to blow up from bomb.
No, he's not, because TomDom takes it away.
How charitable.
Well, maybe he will, because he gets another.
Not able to pass it this time. Getting caught up a bit. Oh, pass it to oncoming traffic.
He can pass it with some great luck.
Yeah. So, our king, the band king, driven by Tova, is going to get past that bomb, having more issues. Almo wrecking. And Tova in the podium.
TomDom as well, behind Jeromu. He will really want to catch him if he wants to put on a points battle. Because there will be 2 races after this, and unless he gets really close now, it could be really hard.
Yeah, there's 5 laps here, which is notable. Jeromu has not been driving this to perfection, but Tom Dom wanted more than 5 points out of this track. He wanted like 2 positions, 3 positions. I don't know if 1 position difference is going to be able to cut it, and he's got to earn it at that. Tova once again in 3rd, the Band King challenging potentially.
I know he's like 30 meters behind him, but behind them, Olma and Roddick, I don't think they know the track that well, and they're running into some chaotic wall-related incidents. Roddick blowing up as well now. Olmo going, in 5th, but does Olmo know the track? Because, he gets shot. And I think he slows down, not because he wants it to zap people behind, but because he doesn't know which way to go. He's not sure he's gonna be hitting the wall there. I don't have this theory confirmed, but it certainly looks like it.
Ooh, and Zyno challenging for 3rd now. It looks like Tova might have wrecked.
Zyno has just run the best lap of the race, which is, as I always say, not that important with pickups.
Very true.
But
on a track like this, though.
Yeah, this is a track which is very technical.
And Tom Dom is approaching Jeromu at a frightening pace. He does have the best lap now, Tom Dom does. And he's 20 meters behind Jeromu. Doesn't get thrown off.
It's getting closer. Jeromu's not running flawlessly here, although he did run a PB in the previous lap as well. They're not using a lot of pickups. I think they're holding them in. So it will be down to pace, but Tom Dom having... Oh, was it a fake?
It looked like it might have just been a fake to me. Maybe his car just got flipped around. Maybe that was what happened. But it's going to be very difficult for Tom Dom to recover from this. William and Roddick fighting for 6, and with another 5 points in Jeromu's pocket, that almost shuts down the session for him. He does have to do well in Super Pros, but if he can just do well on 2 Super Pro tracks, he's got it locked down. Roddick trying to find William. He's not got much time to do it.
Yeah, he used that battery at a horrible spot, but he's also trying to find his way around, so... Still, William also is finding his way around this labyrinth. He is getting close to the last turn though, and he will be completing that. Behind them, Inigo will be beating Olmo, it seems, but there's still a few turns left. Can he remember the track? He's running into the oil? No, he's not.
Okay.
And a few people having difficulties. At least, I think someone disconnected, and that messed up the table. Yeah, one person disconnected. It's Kupaizush. But we'll be able to have a look at the points table now.
Okay.
And Jeromu is 22 points ahead.
Okay, it can happen.
Third, Zyno is running third in front of Inigo and William. 8 points between Zyno and Inigo, and 9 between Inigo and Williams. And also 8 points between William and Roddick. It's around similar gaps all the way down there. And Tova and Olmo are only 3 points separated. So
yeah, I just took a screenshot of that because those positions, there's a big number of them, and it'll definitely be important to check back on how those positions have changed. Lots of different battles going on, but in the meantime, the racers are switching to their Super Pro vehicles. The final 2 tracks of our event today, Grisville, if that's how you say it, and Schools Out 2 as well. The cars will be La Raza, Nakajima, Stinger, Starmac, P4 Super, and Quicksilver.
So many Stingers.
It's not surprising.
Tova with the Quicksilver, and William with the P4 Super.
Tova really speaking my language here with that Quicksilver. That's where I would have gone for too. But I do agree that the Stinger, all around, such a strong pick. Maybe Schools Out 2, there's going to be some straights that some of these other cars can capitalize on. But literally, we see one P4 Super, which is very acceleration focused, I do believe. And we have one Quicksilver, which is cornering focused. And we have a Stinger, which is kind of an all-around But also,
La Rosa is not in the lineup.
yeah,
It is allowed. It is in the pool, but no one chose it, and I guess it's a
it's
higher
tough.
skill level cut. It's
Yeah.
hard to drive, and that's why we said in Division 1, but not in Division 3. Olmo with a decent start until turn 1, when he was either pushed into the inside pole or he crashed it himself. William flipping. There's a bomb going around. William falling all the way to the back. Tova on that Quicksilver taking the lead until he crashes the inside rock.
Short-lived.
He's still running fourth, and this could be a decent track for Quicksilver actually. The lot of grip means it's a bit easier in some sections, I'd say.
TomDom too fast.
Oh, everyone's so fast, and Tova
it.
taking the bomb by falling into him.
Jeromu seems to have had some issues as well. He is catching TomDom at the moment. That oil not going to be particularly impactful. Tova screaming almost off the edge. Maddie and William fighting for third.
TomDom having a strong race over here, but Jeromu is in second. So points wise, that's not gonna mean too much. Zyno is fourth. William trying to go down, and Zyno hitting the oil.
TomDom seems to have had a battery. Cancels out that zap that Jeromu hit him with.
It's Inigo that's chasing Zyno points-wise, but Inigo is right behind Sil, so Zyno should be fairly safe in there. I think Inigo is more in danger because William is behind him. Oh, Zyno having difficulties though, so he'll be losing points out to Inigo at the moment as well. And this is a 5-lap race. That's quite a few laps.
Very true. Zyno feeling the pressure.
And in the lead! Jerome has passed TomDom.
Did not even see it as we've been looking at this battle for third, fourth, fifth. Almo making his way through barely.
Jeromu having the repo in the meantime, but TomDom spinning.
Zyno barely behind Inigo.
Oh yeah, Zyno is 30 meters behind, but William is able to reach TomDom now. I guess I overestimate the gaps because at the higher speeds, the same amount of gap is less in time.
So true.
So just looking at that, it's like, oh yeah, most of the gaps are 30 meters. It's not that significant, but that's less than a whole mistake.
And yeah, and we are probably going to be focused on William. As William has got a lot of points potential right here, a lot of people that he can potentially pass in the standings, and he's currently trying to pass TomDom, which will net him an additional 4 points. He does pass him up for the moment. How's he going to take this jump? It's not the shortcut.
Safe on the left. Yeah, but TomDom is, and I think it's easier to mess that up. As we see TomDom do it, and Inigo will be getting closer to him. He's now closer to TomDom than TomDom is to William.
Yeah, Inigo definitely wants these points too so that he can stay out of the clutches of William. And also to gain an advantage on Zyno, who isn't doing super well. TomDom wrecking, almost granting Inigo third place. He does recover.
Yeah, Inigo gets wrecked by his recovery though, so TomDom was lucky to have that. TomDom, Inigo and Olmo all very close together. Inigo with a great water balloon though, sending TomDom out of the track, and TomDom gets shot with a rocket after that. Olmo goes to the third though because of a mistake by Inigo, and William is losing a bit of time, but it's the last lap. It seems like TomDom will be losing out to Inigo. Zyno is also close, but Zyno will be messing up the shortcut section. Tova with the battery on the Quicksilver. It doesn't seem like a great idea to me. Doesn't seem like it's working out well. And now a bomb. He'll be able to finish with that. Will Zyno finish? Yes, Zyno did finish.
And Olmo actually finishing in third. I'm not sure if he was always in third, but
No. He, like I've said, he overtook Inigo and TomDom while they were fighting.
Okay.
Tova flying across the screen.
And that's going to be a nice point infusion for William. Zyno really going to be in the hot seat, though. Was in third. Had 142 points leading up to this. Can we go over to the scores?
1 second.
So it used to be...
Able to know.
Okay, so it was Zyno 142, Indigo 134, William 125. And it's still... it's still... Yeah, I just checked.
Zyno has 153 and Inigo has 147.
Okay, so William now 2 points behind Inigo as we head into our very, very final track, Schools Out 2, and I believe it's even 3 laps of Schools Out 2. Schools Out 2 definitely the longest track, but we got 3 laps of it, and William is going to be having something to prove. He could overtake both of these racers if he managed to get an 8-point advantage on Zyno and a 2-point advantage on Inigo simultaneously.
I mean, if William wins, Inigo or Zyno needs to take second. Because 8 points is the gap between Zyno and William, and 9 points is the gap between first and third in the race. So a win for William will guarantee him 4th place, basically. And it could be very high chance for third. Let's see how they take off, because the start is important. Might be the longest race as well. Roddick with the lead, but TomTom is right there. There might be a bit of lag push here. Will they be able to go over the barrier?
Ooh.
No. TomTom
I was wondering.
slowed down. TomTom slowed down. So he'll be taking the lead now. Roddick with the zap and running into a wall, I think.
That's going to be hitting
Inigo
Inigo.
gets that by him.
Yeah. So William has pulled away just a bit. Inigo having some difficulties, but William in that second place position is going to be doing wonders for his points total if he can manage to hold on to it. Does look like a bit of a gap is forming as these two wreck. Jeromu passing up Roddick, and now he's going to be fighting with Inigo as well as Tova, who wrecks. And Jeromu wrecks. This continues to be a 3-way for that third. Inigo cornered out in the pipe, and Jeromu with some instability. Okay, he does emerge. Williams still out in... he's passed up TomTom, actually.
Yeah, that's something we missed, and Jeromu is now closer as well. Because TomTom, I guess, made a fairly big mistake. And Roddick's not far away either. The whole field is still fairly close after one long lap here. But there is an oil. Roddick seems to be going through it, but surviving it. So I guess it's not always what you see in this game with hyping.
And Zyno is actually currently our last place driver. So Zyno...
Oh. Yeah, and William is in the lead, which is
that's
what matters.
That's definitely enough.
Unless Zyno or Inigo gets second, then William will be taking third in the champion. I mean, in the event points, not the championship itself. The league scoring is a whole different scenario.
Yes. Inigo.
TomTom is close to William.
Yeah, and I believe William was 2 points behind Inigo, so this is going to be a double pass by William if he can hold down. So we need to watch this battle for first and second. Jeromu approaching Roddick in the meantime, but it's hard to look away, especially when we see TomTom going for a pickup.
With better acceleration, and he had a battery, I think.
He did.
Williams up him, he slowed down, he visibly got out of the zap, but William slowed down, but it was too late, the zap was gone. I wonder if he was going safe or he wanted to zap. Still, William is losing the lead, that might still be enough. Is anyone gonna use the Kilabarus discovered?
I know.
I was wondering if William could have saved it by not having to repo, just going on the inside there.
Yeah, it was
passing the checkpoints. But
so unfortunate for him getting spun around there. Now he's lost once again. Roddick and Jeromu both going for a pass. Jeromu seems to be off the radar, at least for me. but William has been passed by 2, putting him in 4th place at this point, and he might not be able to overtake Inigo or Zyno at this point. He's gonna get hit by a fake. It's only lap 2 of 3, so he's still got some work to do. Goes all 4 wheels into that oil.
Well, he's basically behind Inigo now. There's only 1 point to be gained between 4th and 5th, I think.
Oh.
So that's gonna be an uphill battle here. Inigo is right ahead of him, but even passing him wouldn't be enough. And Zyno is more points ahead of him in the table, so...
Well,
Inigo is taken out of the way by that oil.
Yeah, and the thing is, Roddick's ahead of him. Roddick is actually in like 6th place overall right now currently. So Roddick...
Yeah, but Roddick is 20 points behind them.
Right, but Roddick has not been driving super stably, and again, he gets hit by Jeromu, and Jeromu still super close behind. They are fighting it out, and William going to pass 1, looks to pass 2. This is exactly what I was alluding to. Roddick spins out in the Stinger. He's going to be cycling, hits a fake though.
Oh wow, big flight there by the Stinger, and William is back in 2nd.
Yep, real
Would
second.
it be enough for the Nico? Would it be enough for the Zyno? Yeah, good question.
That zap is going to be incredibly beneficial to him. He does get hit by the rockets, and now he's got a bomb, but I think he cycled. He might have something. Roddick with the battery, but he's going into the trash by the looks of it. William blows up, misses the stairs. Jeromu passes. He blocks Roddick.
Important note, Zyno is not in the race anymore.
Oh.
He's not finishing, and that's very unfortunate, and it's probably gonna take away any chance he had at 3rd place.
Yeah.
Jeromu is ahead of Tova now. William now, but Inigo is still 2 places behind. That could be a tie, actually. I'm not quite sure.
Well, he has to finish the track. Roddick. Dude, he shoots the rocket short. No, he's gonna pass. Oh, he passes William on the very last turn. William losing sight of the goal, trying too hard to pass Jeromu, gets too far ahead of himself.
So there's 5-point difference between 1st and 2nd, 4 between 2nd, 3rd, 3 between 3rd and 4th, and only 1 between 4th and 5th.
Wow. Inigo by 1 point.
I think it will be by... Oh yeah, 1 point. So if we were using the actual MotoGP point system, although then the whole thing would have happened differently. But yeah, Jeromu will be winning the lobby for sure. Zyno has disconnected.
And William could have had that locked down. He just had to get all 4 wheels on the grass or on the road and then do a slow U-turn. Instead, he shoots for the stars, tries to pass Jeromu, tries to get more points that he didn't necessarily need. Right? And he gets knocked out by those rockets at the very end.